Hi guys! So I am doing another requested video, and it's Audrey, okay? It's from Breakfast at Tiffany's, because that is my favorite movie of all time. And this look, which I'll show you the picture I'm getting my idea from before we get into the makeup. It's basically your morning after smoky eye, which I explain at the end as well. But, you know, it's better than going to bed with your makeup to accomplish this look, because we're not all flawless like Audrey. We can't just wake up, meet cute men, and look fabulous. I mean, some of us look like a hot mess in the morning. Myself probably, but I really try to avoid mirrors until I absolutely have to. But yeah, so this is a very easy look. It's a lot of neutral colors, which most of the older movies, they are a neutral color look. She's not wearing a lip color, she's wearing just her natural lips, so I forgoed any lip color to take away from the eye look. But if you want to use a lip color, you know, any natural lips works. Okay, so I'll show you guys the picture and then we'll get right into the tutorial. Okay, so we're going to start with the brows, and I'm going to this is what I normally do with my brows, and yes, I brush them out before I do anything with them. So I recently got this, so I've been using this a lot. This would probably work a lot better if I have more eyebrow hair, but I really don't. So I'm using Benefit Speed Brow, which I opted to get instead of the Beta Brows, which I feel like now I should have got, but it still works. It just means I have to use two products. So this just gives a natural color. And like I said, if I had more eyebrow hair, it probably would be a lot better. Whereas this one doesn't build anything, it just kind of colors on top of what you already have. Whereas the Beta Brows gives you more. It gives you more. And now I'm realizing I should have got that, but. So this is basically like a gel, like a brow gel. So I use that first, and then I go into Omega, which I've been using for years, and just kind of go over top of it. Probably most people don't want to use a powder over top of a gel, but I've had no issues, so you can go either way. And as you saw from the picture before, it's a very natural but defined brow. So you want to make sure your brows look normal, but you can actually notice them. And you'll see what I do with my brows in a second, even though I know they look right now really weird. I do make them look a little better. But just a little. So once I'm done that, I take a spoolie and I just kind of brush it through. And this makes sure it gets across everything and there's nothing missing, and I just probably a pencil would be better when it comes to my brows. But I find pencils are way too harsh. For me at least. So the picture I'm going from is kind of it's more of a smudgy look. And it's the best one that you can find of actually the makeup from the movie. So it's going to be kind of, because the whole point of that scene is it's the next morning. So she's gone to bed. It's smudgy makeup. It's basically, oh, I just woke up like this kind of makeup. You're thinking, oh my gosh, she obviously wakes up like that all the time. But people don't, so. So I'm going to go in, and it's all matte colors. which is fine because I pretty much use mostly matte colors. So I'm going to go into, I think it's Caramel Sundae. It's this light brown here. That's from the Archie Girls collection, which is pretty much my favorite thing from the whole line. So I'm going to go with a fluffy brush. It's going all over. Now, if you're apt to use if you're okay with using your fingers, this would probably work too. At some points when I use later on, but I'm not one to really use my fingers, so. So we got that on. And don't mind me, I'm just kind of going by the picture I have here. Okay. So then you take a darker brown, and I'm going to use Showstopper. And this is where I use my smudger brush, which if you feel comfortable using your fingers, go ahead, but I do not, so. And that is getting smudged all across the lash line. And don't mind it being even. Don't worry about it being even for multiple reasons. One of them being it'll be adjusted later. You just want that harsh line right by your eyes. So now I'm going to go in with a different type of smudger. This is a very thin smudge. And this is when I get to blend that out. And you can tap it about a bit, make sure you get it really good. And you'll notice I'm being quite harsh. Like I'm not being very gentle, because that's fine. You don't want to be gentle. You want it to be a harsh look, because like I said, this is a scene from Morning After, like when she first wakes up in the morning. So I'm going to go back in with my smudger brush, and I'm not going back into that color, it's more or less for I need to blend this out. And you notice how it's going to be going underneath my eyes? That's good. That is good. So what I'm going to do next, I think I need a little more Caramel Sundae. I'm going to touch a bit more Caramel Sundae. I want it to be a little more stronger than it seems to be. And I'm also going to touch into that dark brown and put that in my corners. Now what I'm going to do is take that smudger brush. I'm not putting anything on it because it's already got shadow on it. Dragging it underneath. If it's not showing up too much, just touch a bit into it because it shouldn't need a lot. But if you wiped it off after you're applying, then that's going to make you want to, okay. If you mess up like I just did, I just take a powder brush and kind of blend it out. Okay, so if you want to do a kind of a highlight, I'm using it's a very soft color. I think it's Call Me Bubbles. It's from the Call Me Bubbles palette from MAC. Now here's where it gets really fun, because you get to manipulate how your eyes look, which is really hard to explain how, so it's easier to show you. I have smaller eyes, so I want my eyes to look bigger. I want my eyes to look more rounder. They're very, I want to say more almond shaped, but they're not. But I want them to be more round. So what I'm doing is going in with a liquid liner, and I will show you how you manipulate your eye color, or eye shape with liquid liner. So you gotta be very gentle with this. I'm using Urban Decay's Perversion because it's got a very small brush. So you're just going against the lash line. You're not winging it out. You're not winging it out. So in that middle part, you start building. If you have small eyes like me, you just start building, so make it look rounder. Is it going to look a little darker, make your liner look really noticeable? Maybe a bit. Like I said, we're not winging it out, so you're not going to have that little cat eye flick. See, this is the difference. This will dry matte, so right now it's shiny because it's still wet. But do you see the difference? This is more rounder, this is normal. So we're doing that with both eyes. And I saw the best quote about liquid liner is that you gotta be calm and cool because liquid eyeliner can sense fear. I saw that quote on Tumblr and on Facebook. And I had to share it with everyone, and all the girls agree. Like, liquid liner, to stay calm, or it knows you're scared, and then it'll start messing up. Now, for the blush, I really don't think she's wearing any. So, what I'm gonna do is use a light flush of pink, which is pretty much the kind of color I use, but I'm going to use it even lighter. I'm using Tarte's Amazonian Clay in Dollface. You want that natural glow. So you hardly can tell, but it makes it look like you have a natural glow. Eyeshadows, or mascara is a little easier. I'm using the cat eyes from Maybelline, the Colossal Volume, because you want to make it look like that romantic look. If you're going to use a fake lashes, you only use the edge, or use the kind that just kind of is bigger on the edge, because you just want the outside corner to look like this. And since Audrey just woke up, she's not wearing any lip color. Even though it looks like it's her natural lip color, so you can tell when she's wearing lipstick or not. But this is our Audrey Hepburn Breakfast at Tiffany's. And you know, it's the morning after smoky eye, basically. But this is a way to accomplish that without going to bed with your makeup on, which is never fun, because then you wake up, you rub your face, and you're like, oh my god, I have a handful of makeup. But this is your morning after smoky eye. A la Audrey post Breakfast at Tiffany's. Yeah. Okay, bye.